Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra SR. This model is also equipped with the premium package. It has the all-weather package, the two-tone paint, and the sunroof as well. So this model is finished off in bluestone pearl with the gloss black roof, and it has an MSRP just over $32,000. This is powered by the 2-liter 4-cylinder. It's paired to the Xtronic CVT transmission, pumps out 149 horsepower, 146 pound-feet of torque. This model here is front-wheel drive, weighs in around 3,100 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just under 9 seconds with a top speed of 120 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 12.4 gallons. You'll expect to see 29 miles per gallon in the city and 38 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 106.5 inches. Its overall length is 183.3. It has a width of 71.5, a height of 57.1, and its ground clearance measures in at 4.8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, for the 26-year model, this has been completely redesigned. Up front, you'll notice the V-Motion grille, which is finished off in gloss black, a really nice contrast with this blue. You'll notice too that there's a sensor in the lower section for the distance pacing. This also has a forward camera within the Nissan badge there. You'll notice SR on that driver's side, and then a thin design for the blacked out housings for all of the LEDs. Matches nicely again with that grille, and you'll notice some of the blue accents on the far corners there, just to give it a nice vibe up front. And you'll notice some smooth lines coming down the hood too. Now for this SR, this has a really neat design for these 18-inch wheels, which have some brushed accents to them. You'll notice more gloss black for the lower side skirt. It's also on the mirror caps, where there's a camera and a turn signal. And you'll notice some brushed accents in between the window trim and the gloss black for the roof, where this also has a sunroof up top. So the two-tone is an option. You don't have to have that two-tone design, but I think it looks really nice for this specific model. You'll notice more gloss black accents for the trunk-mounted spoiler. There's also a dark housing for the LEDs with that bar that runs between them through the trunk there. And then there's more gloss black for the bumper along with a side exit exhaust, and then the backup camera and parking sensors. Now this also has remote start, so you can lock it and then hold this top button on the key fob, and that is how you can start it up. And then you can use that button as well to shut it off. So you have those functions. You also have the control on the key fob, or you can use the button underneath. And this is how you can gain access to your cargo space. So for this smaller sedan, I'd say there's a good bit of space. So with the back seats up, you can definitely fit in a good bit. And you can also lift up the floor where you have a little bit of storage. You don't have too much under there, but you can also fold down the back seats. So there's a tab on both sides. I was at a press event where we put in a 55-inch TV in the back, and then personally, I was able to fit in a ladder. So this is a collapsed 27-foot ladder. It's about 82 inches long in this form, and it was able to fit. Obviously, it would just be me, maybe one other person in the car. But if you have some longer items like that, this is still a usable vehicle for some of those situations. And then as we work our way to the interior, I did lock it. So you do have to use the key fob or the door panel there up front, where there's a little bit of storage. There's also this trim accent surrounding the window control, and then you have some of the soft touch materials along with this neat two-tone design for the seats. So there's some red integrated into the inserts there. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. You only have one auxiliary right in the middle, so there's nothing else for your backseat passengers. And then I'm just barely touching the headliner here, but I can actually sit upright, maybe a little bit in the back here. But I could ride around town if you're using this for ride shares, things like that. You have additional adults you can put in car seats and some smaller kids. It's a usable, smaller vehicle. And then right in the middle, you will notice that there's the armrest along with cup holders too. And then you have a pretty good amount of visibility around this pillar. So there's not a lot obstructing your visibility there. And then up front, there's the window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then Bose for the audio, and you have storage in the lower section. And then you have a power operating driver's seat with SR in the middle there. The front passenger seat is manual to adjust. This is also a low vehicle, so it's easy to hop into, where we're greeted with the leather steering wheel. It has a really neat design to it, no spokes in the lower section. And we'll start this up where there's the large curved screen here. You have a lot that you can go through. On the left side of the steering wheel, you'll notice all the cruise control settings. There's volume, distance pacing. On the right side, there's voice commands along with tuning. You have some more Bluetooth adjustments. And then you have the controls to go through the digital gauge cluster. So if I just start scrolling up or down, you'll notice that orange indicator on the right side for this particular page, where you can view some of that information. You can also get into settings now and go through quite a lot. So just depending on what you'd like to see, you have all of your lighting information you can look at, you have maintenance, you can even adjust your display too. So there's a few different ways that you can configure this depending on if you want to have this in a larger screen or you want to see your miles per hour and your tach in a larger setting as well. So that is neat to see. And then we can also go back and continue scrolling through the rest of these settings. So you have your home screen, you have some daily driving information, some stats to monitor there, your music, and then back to these settings here. And then you can also pull up the shortcuts here to get through this information using those 3 lines right there. Now on the left side, there's the steering assist, heated steering wheel, you can release the trunk, there's 1 air vent, and then with the infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through. So your home screen is what we are on right now, where you have these widgets that you can customize and quickly get into. You can also pull up the music, you can get into your phone when that is paired, and then the last 4 squares you can push on to get into these icons here, where there's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, there's interior lighting, you have different systems and services that you can monitor. You can also push this button down in the lower section, and this is how you can get into your climates. So you can quickly get to your temperature, fan speed, where you'd like the air to go, even your heated seats, heated steering wheel, you can adjust all of that. And then underneath that, you'll notice there's 2 air vents. You have volume in the middle along with tuning. There's also a shortcut for the camera. So you can push on this to get the top-down view along with the current backup camera. If I push on it again, it will change that top-down view. And now we have another full screen for the rear. So that is nice. When you're in park, you can pull that up. Underneath the climates, you have some physical controls. So you can adjust the heated seats, the temperature, defrosters, where you'd like the air to go. Is very nice to see that panel. There's also wireless charging with auxiliaries down below. There's 2 cup holders. And then when you put this into reverse, of course, you have that backup camera. But when you put it into drive now, push on that shortcut again, and this is how you can access your forward-facing camera. Push on it a few more times, and you can bring that up in full screen. So very nice to see that amount of visibility. There's also engine braking, which is that last setting there, and then you have park. There's also the e-brake, auto hold, engine start stop, and then a few different driving modes. You can get into these depending on the throttle input that you would like. There's also a lot of storage in the center armrest. There's storage in the glove box too. And then up top, you'll notice the rear view mirror. There's also a sunglass holder. And then you have dome lights and controls for the sunroof. The sunshade is manual. And then here's a look at visibility, where you have a lot of glass for this smaller sedan. As we sat off behind the wheel for the all-new Nissan Sentra, I was able to go to a launch event for the Sentra and drive this for a couple of days. So I'm back in one again, and it's been a really nice sedan to drive. I have a lot of experience with it from that event that I went to. So if you want to see some other trim levels as well, we have been able to check out a few others and in different colors too. But with the Sentra here, we have a really nice refresh for the exterior as well as the interior. Very nice tech features for this vehicle. It is a little bit more on the basic side, but if you're not looking for all those extra bells and whistles, you get everything that you need and nothing more. So I think it's a really simple layout, but it's very effective for a daily driver. This is also something that's super comfortable. Not a lot of road noise or wind noise, so I haven't had any issues with that with the highway driving and the day trip that we were able to do with it. It's a very nice driving vehicle. Driver's seat here is also very comfortable. Headroom up front at 5'10", I have maybe 2.5 inches or so, and this is a height adjustable seat. So you can move that around just to get a little bit more comfortable, and the steering wheel has the manual release on the side in order to telescope and move that. And then as far as visibility goes, it's very easy to see. It's not a big vehicle, so it makes it easier for maneuvering, parking lots, and smaller areas like that. And then let's talk about the power, because for this latest Nissan, we don't have a turbo. I think there were some comments about that on the first videos that I made, not having a turbo for more power. But here's sport mode, pedal to the floor right now. And we can get up to speed. So I think Nissan's idea with not going towards the turbo is just to have a vehicle that is more reliable. So a lot of people don't like manufacturers going towards turbo, and Nissan with the Sentra here has kept it that way. There have been some complaints with the CVT, and from the event that I went to with Nissan, this CVT is completely new. So people who comment about the CVT and the Sentra, that is the previous model, the previous CVT transmissions. Nissan has revised this. They've made some improvements to it to make this a better CVT, to make it a more reliable CVT as well. And so you're going to have a really nice newer vehicle here, one that's great for daily driving and something that you can have for a while. And now let's put it into sport mode where the RPM will jump up, and here we go. And we can get up to speed. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Nissan Sentra. Definitely a nice place to be. I like the seating position. It's very comfortable. You have a good spot for the armrests on both sides. And then you have a good bit of tech to go through, which is nice. You also have the voice commands here as well, so you can use that once you have it set up and paired. So that way you can use those controls, or it's nice that there are the controls down below, so you don't always have to go into the screen, which is nice. But with the drive, hopefully you can tell it's not loud. You can hear the engine a little bit. There's not much wind noise, hardly any road noise or anything. For the pricing of this model, it's definitely a nice economy style vehicle. We do have some plastics, as you would expect, but at this price point, this is right up there with the top trim level for this Nissan. So you don't have to go this expensive, just depending on the options that you are looking to go with. But it's a nice place to be. We have interior lighting here that I forgot to mention. It's on the passenger side there as well. And you just have a really nice point A to point B sedan that's going to be really good on MPG, and just something that is going to be a good commuter with the space that it has as well. But that is going to wrap it up for the latest Nissan Sentra SR. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.